What's going on, guys? Welcome back to W.D.Y.D. CSP. What do you do as a central store processor? Guys, do y'all miss me? I hope y'all do, but I definitely miss you guys. So check it out, guys. Today we're going to continue with this how-to series, so check it out, guys. All right, guys, so today we are inspecting and testing arthroscopic instrumentation. Now, guys, I don't have many of these instruments, but this is an example of one of the arthroscopic scissors, guys. Now, these are probably, in my opinion, guys, these are probably the hardest instruments to inspect and test. They're also one of the hardest instruments to clean. Forget about your flexible endoscopes and, rigid endoscopes and your shavers and your power drills. These right here, guys, are bar none the hardest. This one specifically because there's no port. There's nothing to flush in here. There's no brushing that you can do. There's no entryway to get in there. So if there's blood trapped in there or any debris within that shaft, and believe me, it is not a solid shaft, guys. It is a cannulated shaft. There is a rod in between there. This little screw right here, if you can see that, little screw, what the repair vendors do is they'll unscrew that to take this apart to really get in there and do their repairs or anything like that. Also, because they're so small and delicate, I don't have any tissue paper, and I apologize. I should be doing these series and getting that, the material that I need to test that. But I'll see a lot of individuals test this with the yellow testing material, or they'll use a piece of cardboard or piece of paper. Guys, a single sheet of tissue paper is what's used to test these very delicate scissors. Now, with a lot of the ENT instrumentation, you might be cutting a little cartilage, so the testing material may vary on that, but you're going into very delicate tissue with this. You're not cutting cartilage with this scissor. Actually, you're cutting like your mucosa and stuff. So a single ply tissue is what you should be using to test this for effective cutting. As far as cleanliness, guys, this one you definitely have to bring your magnifiers out, guys. Remember, the standards say at least 4 times zoom. You want to go in there 4 times. This is a 4 times, and then there's a 10-time little circle here. It's a little bit harder to look in there, but you want to definitely look at the very distal tip, the working end there. All right, sorry guys, I'm off camera here. The distal tip here, where the actual scissor opens and closes, you want to look at the little hinges there for any cracks. This is a very specific area where you'll see cracks of this specific instrument. Of course, you want to look at the screws to make sure that the screws aren't backing up. Any little hinge point, you want to look for bioburden. In between the rings, you want to look for some bioburden. The rings itself, general cleanliness. You want to make sure that when you manipulate, it's not really rough, or there's any resistance to closing these scissors. And again, lighted your eyesight can be good, and you can look at that, but you definitely want to get this under magnification, lighted magnification, to really look at this really good, because the cracks are very difficult to see, but you want to look at that. Now, what I want to do is I want to bring in an instrument that was sent out for repair, and it came back unrepairable. So I decided to take it apart myself, and what I found in it was crazy. So this instrument, when it came to us, we cleaned it, we flushed it, we soaked it, we flushed it, and it all came out pretty good. But when I took it apart, this is what I found. So this instrument is about probably 10 years old, guys. Hope you guys can see this. Now, this instrument is a mushroom punch. All right, so as you can see, it's cannulated. It does have a flush port, and we were flushing this meticulously. But let me tell you something, guys. When this thing broke apart, when this thing got pulled apart, I actually wound up breaking it because I couldn't take it out the way I wanted to. But you see that? I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's supposed to be stainless steel. It's black. And you know why it's black? Because there's baked up bioburden and debris on there. I'm going to say baked on blood, guys. There is baked on blood on this item right here. Okay? I don't know, guys, if you can see it really good because, you know, I can't get it on the camera. But this item, excuse me, 1 second, guys. There you go. Grab a little wipe here because I really don't want to grab it. I've wiped this thing down so many times, but do you see all the bioburden along that shaft? You see the silver shining, right? That's what it's supposed to look like. But there's so much baked on bioburden on here that I can't even take it off. I've tried to take this off in the past, and I haven't tried recently to take this off. But you see that? You see what's coming off of that instrument? Now, this instrument's been soaked so many times and cleaned and sent through the sterilizer. I can't tell you how old this specific instrument is because it's not the specific instrument. And we didn't have instrument tracking back then. But I can tell you that this instrument probably has made its way up to the OR several dozen times. And this is what we're using on patients when we use instrumentation like this. All right, so this piece here actually goes into this shaft here, and I'm gonna try to put it back together here. It's not gonna go together really good because it's all bent up. I got this thing all jacked up. But here's what it is. I can't put this back together. I'm not gonna even try because I don't want to harm myself. But this actually slides into this shaft here. Okay, this actually slides into this shaft here, and this item here manipulates it to open and close and cause a cutting action. Now, when it goes to decon, all right, we're supposed to flush and brush and flush. We can't brush because that metal rod is within the shaft, so you can't put a brush through. All you can do is flush this instrument. You can throw, and it's been through the sonic dozens of times. Let me tell you something about the sonic. The sonic is a whole different category for me, but this has been through the sonic more times than a little. I'm gonna tell you that much right now. And it doesn't get it off, guys. Once that blood is baked on, you can sonicate all you want. It's not gonna come off. But these instruments here are the worst. Now, I know a lot of people say that syringes have no place on the clean side, but let me tell you something. For something that is as difficult to clean as this on the decon side, it's good to grab a little bit of sterile water and flush it into this port and go down to see if you find anything. You don't know how many of these mushroom punches I've inspected on the clean side and it's dirty still. So we have to go back to the drawing board, and every time it goes through the washer disinfectant, okay, we're hitting it with heated water and then drying it with heat, baking on this blood onto this instrument more and more. So it's important that we allow the actual contact time for cleaning, and we flush meticulously in the decon side. I honestly wish that these instruments were disposable, really, because there's really no way to clean it. The saying in the food industry is if you can't see it, you can't clean it. And because there's no borescope that can go down there or any brush to clean this actual instrument, this instrument honestly should not be reprocessed. But anyway, guys, that is my take on inspecting and testing these beautiful ENT and arthroscopic instruments. As always, stay true to yourselves. Until next time, peace.